What is a coming of age story about a young Saudi girl who wants to have to own a bike.
800 ريال غالي عليك.
I try to create a character that is not passive, that has a huge love of life, and she wants to embrace and pursue her dreams, because I think that is the future. If we want to, and a lot of Saudi girls are like that, they have a huge potential, but sometimes they give in because the culture is very like rigid, and they are afraid to challenge everything. But I think if they believe in themselves, especially now the world is different and Saudi Arabia is opening up and they have huge opportunities.
شرطة أغاني حب وغرام، ساوي نادي الاتحاد، الأهلي والهلال. ما شاء الله فاتحة مكتب تشجيع كورة. يعني أنت ما أنت بعارفة أن هالأشياء كلها ممنوعة في المدرسة؟
How controversial is this, or will this film be in Saudi Arabia?
I think film in general is controversial in Saudi, and there will be people who are opposing the film just because it's a story told by a woman, and because it's coming from Saudi, and they want to preserve Saudi Arabia as this like very pure place, and they feel film is corrupt and they don't want film. But again, there are lots of liberal voices emerging in Saudi Arabia.
It was the first film to be made on Saudi soil. What sort of challenges did you face?
Saudi Arabia is a very segregated country, as you may know, so it was hard for me, for example, to be in the streets when we shoot outdoors, so I had to be in a van and direct them through telephone sometimes or mobiles. And but it was quite a rewarding experience for me as a Saudi woman. I'm always like at home or on the car, and it was sometimes the first time for me to be in the streets, and it was amazing.
Do you mind being provocative? Does it bother you that there are people in the country who, quite frankly, can't stand you?
No, it doesn't bother me, but I don't try to be provocative. I know very much that I belong to a very conservative culture, and I have boundaries to work within, and I don't mind that, because I think change has to come from a fundamental level, and people have to work within these boundaries to make them bigger and to make people accept and become more tolerant. And if I go totally against the system, sometimes I might not be heard in my own culture, and I don't want to end up there.
أقول وجدة غيري جزمتك المبهذلة هذه، البسي جزمة سوداء عادية زي باقي البنات.
Do you find yourself defending the culture, the country, and its attitude towards women to a certain extent when you're out of Saudi Arabia?
No, I don't think I defend. I still think Saudi Arabia has a long way to go when it comes to women and women's rights. But also I think Saudi women have to play a role in that. They have to defend their existence, and they have to try harder and stick together and try to provide a better life for themselves and their sisters and their daughters.
So what sort of impact do you think this film will have?
I hope like one day a Saudi man will see that film and will want to give his daughter a bike, or give her more freedoms and allow her to do something she really wants to do, even if the culture does not really accept it.